Welcome to Body Reconnect, where I help you decipher the signs and signals that your body's sending you daily, all the time, screaming out loud, fix this, fix this, fix this, so that you could course correct in order to live your best, healthiest life. I'm Michelle Dominique, certified lymphatic drainage therapist and health coach, as well as licensed chronic pain therapist. So let you guys know something, man. This is just in my spirit today. Getting a second opinion is not cheating on your doctor. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Getting a second opinion is not cheating on your doctor, especially in the case of a surgery. So let me share this little thing that came across as kind of a testimonial. She's not my client, but I know her. So there's a little girl, to me, she's a little girl, and she had put out a Facebook post about having to have a surgery, and it involves something with the nasal sinus area. And so, didn't want to overstep, but I said to her, hey, have you sought out a dentist? Because the new dentist, the evolved dentist, are noticing or finding or can help you correct your bite. Not necessarily by braces, sometimes using devices, but they have a really good take on, if you're having issues in your sinus area. And I know because I have a client that I've been working very, very closely with and could not, like nothing, we just couldn't break through this weird sinus drainage that she was having. So I referred her, I'm sorry, her doctor referred her to a dentist that she works with to help correct her bite and pull her jaw out and all of that without braces. But it has been very, very effective. It didn't completely solve the problem, and surgery might still be necessary, but it has made enough of a difference that it has had a positive impact on the quality of her life. So, when I saw this girl make this post, I said to her, responded, hey, have you sought out a dental professional? And I gave her this person's name, and I just let it go, because she responded, oh, it's not a dental thing, it's a sinus thing. And okay, I had wished she had contacted me and we could have a dialogue and I could share with her my client's experience who was currently going through a sinus situation, but she didn't. So I'm learning to leave it alone, and I left it alone. Had the surgery and everything, and then I see another post, and the title of the post is "Have to have a second surgery," and I thought, wow, okay, well, what did they find? And in the first couple of lines, it says, the first doctor uh, misinterpreted something or didn't have the full scope of it. So when he went in to do the surgery, it made it worse. If you knew how many times, if I had a dime, a dollar, for every time I got a new client based on a medical mishap, I wouldn't be on YouTube, I'd be on network TV with a show. That's the crux of my business, helping people who have had medical mishaps, right? So she went through all of that only to find out that at the end of it, she was not only not better, but worse than when she started. Now, I can speak from personal client experience. The worst part about that is not the money that you put out. It's not the harsh recovery with the pain and the narcotics. It's the depression that follows. because you had such high hopes. You go in there thinking, oh my God, finally, we got a solution. I'm going to be better from all of this that I'm suffering from, especially when your condition is something that everybody can see. If you're constantly blowing your nose and dripping in eyes, that's something that everybody can see. So it makes you feel like you stand out. Had this sweet, sweet, precious girl who is now going back to surgery with another doctor as soon as, she can get the funds, because you don't get a like the hospital doesn't do a do-over. The anesthesiologist doesn't cut you a discount because the first person got it wrong. More time off work, more recovery time after work. And now going into the whole process with fear and trepidation of, is this really going to work, or am I wasting my money again? And will I be worse off than I was after the first surgery? That can weigh on you mentally. Trust me, I know. That's why I'm always talking about the energy or the emotion behind something. I work with a lot of people who have had, like I said, medical mishaps, and there's a lot of anger and frustration that gets locked up in there, right? A lot of trust issues that we have to unpile because it starts to show up in other ways, particularly autoimmune. Now, nobody knows what's going on. So, when I get any kind of work done, this is an example for you, on my house. I'm not a DIY chick. I don't play around with power tools. I don't even own a hammer. If I have to put a nail in the wall, it is with the back of a wrench. And as you can see there, I love push pins. Push pins are my jam. Just about everything in my house is hung with a push pin because I can control that. I don't do power tools. So whenever I have a project that needs to be done and I have to bid it out, no matter how big or how small, I get no less than 3 to 4 bids. 3 to 4 bids. Why? Because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know what needs to be done. But every person I talk to will give me a little bit more information. And it helps me to tell how good they are by what the next person says. If the next person misses some things that the first person told me, then I can ask them about it, and I might not choose them because they didn't bring that up. By the time I get to the fourth bid, I know exactly what needs to be done. I have a general idea, a very good idea of how it needs to be done, what it's going to take to complete it, and of course, the time and the cost. Because I have trained myself with professionals, people who do this all the time. That's why I get 4 bids. It should be the same way when you are about to allow somebody to open your body. If I'm trying to figure out the most cost effective, the most proficient, the best looking person, or the person who could do the best looking job on laying my flooring down, if you are having somebody go into your body, don't you want to make sure that they know you feel very confident? Not just because you don't know and they're using jargon so you think they know, as she did with the first doctor. It was a doctor. He told her some stuff. It sounded good. She trusted him. He didn't have a grasp on what he was doing. Getting a second opinion is not cheating on your doctor, especially if you've never had to work with your doctor on the level of surgery. If you don't have any other point of reference, anyone he did a similar surgery on, someone in your family, and even then, it's not going to speak to how it's going to work for you and how you're going to heal. Please, if the only thing that stands between you and a second opinion is the deductible you have to pay to see a specialist, I want you to think about, replay this and listen to that first story. Because for $75, she could have saved herself another $15,000 or $10,000 to go back in. Not to mention time off work for recovery time, and now the apprehension and fear that she's going into this next surgery with, the anxiety of, if this doesn't work, then what? I hope you found that helpful. Join me on Wednesdays. You should see a link below. Wednesday mornings, I do a demo class on the treatment, the program that I use to help people with or without me on their own or guided and directed by me to release emotional trauma. If this resonates with you and you had a surgical mishap, something where you show back up and told the doctor, hey, this isn't better, and they say, I don't know what else to do, which is a true statement. I've had clients who've heard that, or, well, I did everything I could, and you're still left feeling the way you have. And by the way, y'all, just so you know, that has happened to me. That has happened to me. About 18 months ago, I was in the same situation. Go back into some of my stories and I talk about what happened with my wrist and how I broke it because of a misdiagnosis. Anyway, please do yourself a favor. Get a second and a third opinion. It's not cheating on your doctor. It's just getting a different set of eyes, a new set of eyes to look at it. All right. Once again, check below in the thingy there for the link for my Wednesday morning class. It's not a class, it's just really an introductory. It's about 30 to 45 minutes where I share the power of how destructive the power of unprocessed emotions can be to your physical body. Once again, this has been Michelle Dominique. You deserve to live your best, healthiest life. Let me help you do that. PM me, DM me, or reach out to schedule your free wellness consultation today.